Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. We are from KME2. Today, we will present our investment game. These are my group members. There are 6 people in our group.
I will start our presentation by explaining our objective for investment game, which consists of 5 elements from SMART goals. First is specific. By participating in this game, we want to grow our money to maximize wealth in the future. Second, measurable, which we can generate a lot of profit by being a smart investor who organize investment with a great strategy. Next is achievable. Our group will believe that we can achieve our target profit that is 15%. Next, relevant. To reach our target, we work as a group that give benefits to each other. Lastly, we set to achieve the objective 1 month before the game is end.
Next are strategies employed. Firstly, we use growth investing strategies by investing in a small cap stocks. Companies in this category are typically still in their early stage of development and their stock have the potential for significant price appreciation. Small cap stocks have historically outperformed their large cap counterparts in terms of return. We also invest in technology and healthcare stocks. Stocks of companies that create popular or revolutionary products can skyrocket in value in a relatively short period of time. For example, Apex Healthcare net profit and revenue is increasing in 9 months due to the increase of COVID-19 infection and influenza cases. Other than that, we use dividend growth investing strategies by purchasing stock in companies that have a track record of paying consistent and increasing dividends. From that, we can identify companies that financially strong. Companies with consistent dividend yield can also help us to determine how much cash flow we can expect for each money we invested. Next, we use intraday trading strategies, which is short-term investment that buying and selling stocks on the same day. We use candlestick chart pattern and technical analysis like trend lines and triangles to help us determine the best time to buy. We also use open high-low strategy. If open is high, we will sell the stocks, and if open is low, we will start to buy the stock as soon as it opens on that day. We can know if the open price is high or low by looking at the previous price when stock market closes.
Next, buy and hold strategy. It is long-term investment strategy in which investor buy stock and hold them. This method has advantage and disadvantage, including cost saving. Trader can reduce the cost because potentially increase the portfolio overall net return. Furthermore, investor can reduce risk. Risk can be managed by using this passive investment strategy. Disadvantage is which is the risk of stock price fluctuating. There are no guarantee as when the price will return or to a certain level, and major risk is applied to most type of investment, particularly stock. This means that there are no guarantee that your money will be available when you require it. Lastly, risk management. Risk is presenting in everything that leads to profit. We cannot completely eliminate investment risk, but we can certainly reduce it by effectively managing risk. Risk management does not imply avoiding it entirely. The first is risk tolerance, which is referred to an investor's ability to bear the risk of losing invested capital. Risk tolerance is primarily determined by investor age and current financial obligation. As a result, younger investors are generally more risk tolerant than older investors. The next action is for an investor to maintain adequate liquidity in their portfolio. This risk can be mitigated if we maintain adequate liquidity. Last but not least, an investor must to constantly monitor the counter graph and they have purchased.
Trading plans have been created before we begin trading. They consist of skill assessment. We have ensured that we are sufficiently skilled and knowledgeable about the fundamentals of the market before we begin investing. We feel prepared to begin investing in the company now that we have more knowledge about it. The second trading plan is mental preparation. Our ability to function the next day will depend on how well we sleep. A restful night's sleep can also help us to be more attentive when thinking about investing. In the dynamic financial struggle for profit, emotional and psychological stability is crucial. Being angry, anxious, fearful, or greedy will be avoided because the emotions will negatively affect our ability to make investment. The third trading plan is set goals. With lowest and highest levels, we are willing to accept we have established a reasonable risk-reward ratio. Additionally, we have created daily, weekly, and monthly plans with specific profit goals that we have planned to achieve. The next selling plan is trade preparation. We will label significant and minor support and resistance levels on charts. Establish alerts for entry and exit signals on the investment programs and systems we employ. In addition, trading plan is keep excellent record. Every investment we make, whether it succeeds or fails, will be recorded together with all the critical information and insight that contribute to the result. We will note down specifics like target, timing, supports and resistance levels, daily opening range, market open and close times, entry and exit points for each trade. The last trading plan is analyzed performance. We will record the result of each investment in the investment journal so that we can subsequently look back to them. More significant than the profit is just in understanding why and how it is made. What matters most is that we set our emotion aside and follow the plan regardless of what happens.
Cut loss can be defined as comprehensive solution of letting go of losing stocks and concentrating on the ones that are performing well. We set our limit for cut loss in this game is 5%, which is 30,000 of losing stock, but compared to the actual cut loss, we only losing 4,000, which is 0.67%.
Cut entry strategy is a process that investor must plan for it. It is determined by the strategy chosen. New investor must analyze the counter they want to invest in. Investor must also be aware of the current market and private situation. Aside from that, before investing in any stock market, an investor must first interpret the annual report of the company he or she wishes to purchase. Last but not least, the strategy that needs to be in place to enter in the world of investment is to keep up the current need.
There are 4 types of investment exit plan strategy that we use. Firstly, we set a benchmark for profit and loss. Our goal is to earn a 10% profit return on each share we purchase, and we set the maximum loss at 5%. So, when we reach that level, we may decide to exit by sell our share for a profit and prevent loss. Secondly, we set the 1% rule. This rule states that we should avoid an investment if the maximum loss is equal to 1% of our liquid net worth. And thirdly, we use stop loss order. When the price of a stock reaches at the maximum low point, we use this type of order to sell it. When the stock price is reached, it will be converted into a sell market order. And lastly, we use take profit order. It specifies a price that is higher than the purchase price we choose. If the price of a security reaches that limit, the security is automatically sold.
Fundamental analysis is used as a method in determining a real stock or fair market value. The objectives of this analysis is to help in predict the future price movement, whether the stock is undervalued or overvalued. The indicators that are used in this analysis are earnings per share and return on equity. First and foremost, we take an example of one of the company that we traded, which is Apex Healthcare, and it's known as a HEALTH. EPS is a profitability indicator that we use it to determine company's financial health. According to late 2022, EPS also can be used as a guide in comparing the different stocks. Based on the table, it is the comparison between 2021 and 2022. In 2021, the EPS is 12.55, while in 2022, the EPS is rise to 18.18. From this, we can see that from late 2022, which is it states that a greater EPS may indicate expansion and rising stock prices. So we can say that the company's earnings per share driven up and shows that it can sustain the profit over time. To support the result, a total of profit year over year of this company also one of the signs that the company is growing rapidly this year, which is 91.87%. A second company that we traded is Sunway Construction Group Berhad. We use a return on equity as the indicator for this fundamental analysis. Return on equity signifies how good the company is in generating returns on the investment it receives from its shareholders. It is also as a barometer of a company's profitability and how well it produces profits. According to the table, it shows that the return on equity of Sunway Construction is 22.19%, as acceptable ROE is between 15% and 20%. In addition, a strong performance can be indicated by a figure above 20%, but it can also mean that management has increased the risk that the company is exposed to by borrowing against its assets.
By examining statistical trends gleaned from trading activity such as price movement and volume, technical analysis is a trading technique used to assess investments and spot trading opportunities. Technical analysis focuses on the analysis of price and volume as opposed to fundamental analysis, which seeks to determine a security's worth based on financial data like sales and earnings. Our group uses two indicators for technical analysis, which are Moving Average Convergence Divergence (MACD) and Relative Strength Index (RSI). Now, let's talk about Moving Average Convergence Divergence (MACD). By deducting the 26-period exponential moving average (EMA) from 12-period EMA, MACD line is calculated. The MACD line's 9-period EMA serves as the signal line. When the MACD line passes over the buy or sell signal line, MACD generates technical signals to sell. Investors can also be alerted by this indicator to bullish or bearish divergence, which can indicate a probable failure or reversal. It is a negative indication that suggests it might be time to sell when the MACD crosses below the signal line. In contrast, MACD issues a positive signal when it crosses above the signal line, indicating that the asset's price is likely to have upward momentum. Refer to the Apex Healthcare Berhad, MACD crosses below its signal line following a small upward movement within a longer-term downtrend. So we as the traders will sell the stock considering there is a bearish confirmation as shown in the chart above. Next, do you know about RSI? Relative Strength Index or RSI is a momentum indicator used in technical analysis to measure the momentum of price change to assess if the stock is oversold or overbought. RSI has two levels, which are below 30% and above 70%. On February 2009, the RSI line reached below 30%, recording 28.70%. This indicates that the RSI indicator is in the oversold zone, where it is the right time to buy because there is a chance for the stock to rise again. Besides, on July 2010, the highest RSI indicator reached 84.89%, which is above 70% level and entered the overbought zone. That means selling pressure is occurred. The signal tells us that we should be careful because there is a possibility that the sale of shares may happen at any time.
Working as a team generally increases the effectiveness and productivity of our members. As a teamwork, when early breakout occurs, it is a method that we will find and enter because it makes significant gains at times of high volume and volatility. Breakout happen when the price of an asset crosses over or under a predetermined level of support or resistance, frequently triggering a significant uptrend or downtrend. We will remember that as soon as the price of an asset crosses a predetermined threshold, additional traders become involved in the movement, either actively as day traders or passively through different forms of orders. If the price repeatedly pulls back to the same line on the chart, which has a trend line more than twice, then we will give each other advice. We use the pullback to join the market at the optimal price level. For instance, one of our team members can utilize this tactic to buy into a currency pair during an uptrend at the lowest price.
Our total investment profit is 54 million ringgit. We have exceeded the profit target, which is initial capital of RM 600,000 that managed by 6 people.